welcome back to the Sort of Truth podcast, the alcohol-fueled, chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with an extra special, super-de-duper helping of craft brew on the side. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade, and on this episode we are charging into chapter 38 of Blood of the Fold.
Is that look because you thought I was going to yell charge again?
Maybe a little bit, especially after we went to that baseball game last, there's a whole feeling that goes, charge!
Oh, yeah.
But
I was getting into that.
I don't know.
I think I may have scared the couple sitting next to us. Anyways, before we get any further into the episode, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. We appreciate everybody's patience while we've taken our breath, and we got our weekly schedules down. Everything is perfect, and we love it. So now that we have that finished, we are going to be able to focus on Patreon. Guys, we have not forgotten about you. I also know that there is a couple more on the list who we haven't gotten a chance to work into the recording yet. But we'll probably be on the next episode. We know you guys are there, and we're going to give you your due because, well, you deserve it.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, more than deserve it. So.
And you guys have all, like I said, been very, very patient with us. And so now we are feeling generous because we felt the love, and now we want to give some. And that's good. So
thank you guys for sticking in here, and you are our focus now. But actually, right now, our focus is the chapter.
Yeah, after the chapter.
Yeah.
Immediately after.
Yeah, this is our problem. We have to make sure that we stay on track with things, okay?
Right. Hey, look at the cat.
Yeah. No cat.
Oh, shit,
Verna.
Sorry.
We're talking about Verna right now, okay?
Yes, we are.
We have traveled back to the pop. Verna is heading into the prelate's compound where she sees Kevin Andelmere. It's Swordsman Kevin.
Fuck yeah. We like this guy.
Yeah, well, he's been gone for a while, apparently.
Yes,
he took off for a couple weeks. And he tells her that the reason that he's been gone is because he was sent back to command because they were curious about the time-defying spells and how they, affected him. And they wanted to make sure it was true.
Yeah, his buddies saw him and were like, hey, he hasn't aged a day. Well, their commanders or whoever's in charge went, really? That's good to know.
Call them motherfuckers back here. I want to see it.
Yeah. Seriously, though, that could be very advantageous in a few ways.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was kind of like, they thought it was cool. They're like, see, he's still got baby face, can't grow a beard. But, that has more implications, too.
Yes. And Verna realizes that this is exactly why Jagang is probably coming to the palace.
Right.
I mean, on top of the other suspicions that she had, because she already kind of suspected that there was, I said that weird.
You went a little southern on me.
I can't even do it again.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't hate it.
She already kind of suspected that there was something.
I shouldn't have used darling.
Don't do that.
That was a bad choice. I apologize.
What I was trying to say is that she already kind of figured that there was something to do with the prophecies as well. So, the age-defying thing and the prophecies is what's drawing him in.
And that's the cause of the fucking nonstop drums.
Yes.
That's still going on.
Oh, yeah. They haven't mentioned that for a while.
Yeah, and he has to leave it out because if he mentioned it every 10 seconds, you'd be like, we get it. There's drums. But actually, it might have been perfect because they are incessant.
Yeah, that's how the people feel.
And I would have been I'd go crazy by now.
Yeah, you think that you'd get, in your head, you're like, oh, maybe you'd get used to it, but you don't. There's a beeping that goes off at my work, and you don't get used to it. It goes off every time somebody's in the drive-thru, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, I used to work fast food, so I do understand the ding. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of drives you nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everybody in that town would be walking around like those monkeys with the cymbals that you wind up, just like, bang, bang, it's okay, with that fake cheesy smile.
Yeah.
Going slowly insane.
Well, these people in the palace apparently are insulated a little bit, because they are not going insane. Verna asks Kevin what he thinks about Richard, beyond all the gifts and chocolate. What do you really think about Richard as a dude? And he's like, I think he's a good man.
Yeah, his answer was great. He gives me gifts and chocolates that I give to my lady. She's like, okay, yeah, that was a nice thing he did for you, but like, really?
Yeah.
No. It goes deeper than that. I like Richard, okay? I do.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't always feel that way about people who give you stuff. Like, cool, you're giving me shit. I don't really like you as a person, but I like that you give me shit, so...
Or in the beginning when he's just kind of a stranger. Like, he didn't know, and he was like, hey, man, nice stuff, right? Because he was paying for all their stuff, all their beer. He was getting them laid. He was doing all that.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is, but yeah, he's okay by me.
Well, or do you see it as like a manipulation tactic? Like, you could look at him in a couple different ways, but...
If you were cynical,
Yeah.
it would... I mean, you're being too nice. Why are you being that nice?
Mhm.
Nobody's that nice.
I mean, that's probably how I would have looked at it.
Yeah.
Like, don't like that.
But then again, if it's free stuff and it's there to take...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
like,
gonna take it, but
it's
I'm
a
gonna
gift
be on
to
guard.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna take advantage, but I'm not inviting you to dinner anytime soon.
Right, exactly. Well, Verna explains that Richard used those gifts and chocolate because he didn't want to have to kill Kevin when he escaped. And Kevin's like, oh, okay, so basically my life was also a gift from him. Like, I would be fucking dead if he hadn't decided that he didn't want to kill me. Okay, cool.
He gave you those things so he didn't have to kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, Jules, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm buying here?
Yeah.
I'm buying your life, Ringo. It's
the one that says bad motherfucker.
Yeah. That has nothing to do with what we're doing here, but
No.
I'm just so glad that once we started on that line, it had to be said. We couldn't just leave it alone. That was great. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Feels good.
Anyways, when asked who he's gonna choose between the Order and Richard, like if he ever had to be chosen, whoa, that was a weird fucking way to say that.
That's fine. Everything's fine. Cheers.
So when asked what he would choose between the Order and Richard if he like had to fucking choose, he said he would be hard pressed to raise a sword against Richard. And most of the Palace Guard would also feel that way.
Yeah, so they know they have a good group of allies there. Now, look, he said he was hard pressed. Does that mean, which we know actually does mean, he's seen Richard fight with a sword. He acknowledges the fact that, no, I do not want to fight Richard. He will kill me. But is he saying, look, I'd be hard pressed to do it, but if my boss says, hey, do it, because you have to, will he? He didn't really acknowledge that. Like, how much of a gray area is there?
I think he left some room there. I think there's a couple levels there. Obviously, he knows that they would probably die if they tried. Like, if he tried to kill Richard, he would probably die. And also, like, looking him in the eyes, I think he knows it would be hard to kill Richard after everything he's done. So, like, yeah, Order and, like, having responsibility, like, what is it? No, fucking not responsibility. Loyalty to the...
Loyalty to the crown, like honor and
your
stuff?
Authority figure, yeah, you know, all that shit. But I also think that there is a little bit of room because then Verna tells him when the time comes, choose Richard and it will save you. Because I think maybe she knows there's not 100% of him with Richard. Just because, like, yeah, that's his livelihood. Richard is in the fucking new world. He's gone. Why would, like, I'm going to choose the Order right now.
Yeah, well, right now, but that's what she was trying to get across to him. Like, okay, I get it. You're still at 90%. We'll say 90%.
Yeah.
But you could flip. But that's okay. You don't have to choose right now. And I do feel bad for Swordsman Andelmere because he was just given a choice that he didn't really plan on.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want my boss over here. You talking about this?
Yeah. You fight Richard, you die. You turn against the Order, you die. So, congrats. You're going to die. Which side would you like to die on?
Yeah.
Which sucks. But, yeah, we're hoping that he chooses right. Because he has a choice.
I mean, I think it makes sense that without Richard being there, you wouldn't fully throw your lot in with Richard unless you were positive of everything that was going on right now.
Fully commit until the dude is here and, like, leading us in. And like, okay, now I see what's happening. I'm in.
Yeah, he's fucking gone. Yeah, I'm with the Order right now. Because that's probably like, I'll die if I don't. So, I'm with the Order. As Verna walks away from Kevin and into her outer office, she tells Phoebe to investigate why the fuck there are guards at the Prophet's compound when there's no Prophet. That makes zero fucking sense, because in her talking to Kevin, two of his other, co-workers, his other, co-guards also went back with him.
Yeah.
And when they came back, they explained that they went to the Prophet's compound.
Yeah, that's where they were stationed at, but there's nobody in there to guard. So,
as far as we know.
What the hell? Right, well, that's the thing. These are Order troops, and the Order troops are now guarding the Prophet's, it sounds like something you would see in a James Bond movie. It's the Prophet's compound, but...
I know, the word compound, I don't know. It's a palace.
Yeah, but so they're sent there to guard what? And as far as they know, there's a fucking Prophet in there, but there's not.
Or, as far as we know, there's not. And there is.
What?
Warren's gone.
Warren is gone.
We have not seen Warren's POV since he disappeared.
Oh.
And it would be nice to think that he just, took off and is just wandering around somewhere. But there's a real good chance that he was, captured and he's being held now.
So while we're over here waiting for Andalmere to maybe flip, you're saying there's a good chance Warren already has. Maybe by force.
I was going to say, maybe not flipped, but, and I don't really remember if that's the case or not, but I feel like he's the only other Prophet we know about except Nathan, and Nathan is obviously not here.
Yeah, he is elsewhere, so I like that theory. I'm curious to know what all of your theories are, and I'm sure you will let us know.
Or let us know the actual factuals.
Yes, we could always use some factuals.
So after Verna asks them this question, Dulcie is fucking white and avoiding eye contact, while Phoebe stands up a little bit and hesitates, but she ends up telling Verna there are 4 sisters waiting in her office for her, which pisses Verna the fuck off. Because Verna's got shit to do right now. She's got to talk to Anne about a lot of stuff.
And she gave specific instructions that nobody goes in my office while I'm not here.
Yeah, nobody has permission. That's what she keeps saying. Nobody has permission to be in my office without me knowing. And also, she's apparently figured out how to tell between the Sisters of the Light and the Sisters of the Dark at this point, and that's what she needs to go tell Anne, on top of this weirdness with the fucking Prophet being there. Maybe not really, but the Prophet being guarded, not.
Right.
Yeah, the thing we were just talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. The whole situation is just fucking weird, though, because Verna is she's mad that people are in her office, and instead of being like, why are you acting weird, Dulcie? What is the situation? Before going in there, she just, blindly, dumbly charges the fuck in there, yelling at the people in there.
Yeah, she's got that prelate strength, She's gonna go kick some ass. Who the fuck is in my office? And then, I would have asked, but I guess my opinion on it was that if you're going to the compound so that you can talk to Anne, so that you can get some advice, because there's all this weird shit going on, and you figured out a way to tell who's who between the Sisters of the Light and Dark, then maybe, just fucking maybe, the 4 people waiting for you are not good people.
Right.
And ask the 2 people in there, hey, what's going on? Did they say what they wanted? Anything like that. Unless the door was cracked and they could hear everything as it, was being said. So she's like, well, now it's awkward. I'll just go in.
Even if they could, I don't give a fuck. I would be freaking out on my admins. I'd be like, wait a minute. Nobody has permission. Who the fuck are they? And why are you acting shady?
And why are you letting them in?
Yeah. What the fuck is this? I'm not going in there until you answer me some questions. And then, I got shit to do, but maybe I'll let you walk in first. And she should have, because as she walks in the room, she recognizes Sister Leoma, and then there's a flash of pain, and everything goes black.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Hey, Verna, turns out they were bad. She charges right in. That's kind of unlike Verna, because she's very smart. She always